Got it. So can you guys see the problems? Raise your hand if you can't see them. Just want to make sure of this. Okay, so I'm going to just move each of these other ones to the side for now, so that I can focus on one on each time. So I'm going to go through them slightly fast because we did work on these types of problems in class. So I want you, I expect an understanding of the subject. Anyways, so this one is simple, right? 1,000 times 3 equals 3,000, right? So if our base is 3,000, then this is plus 137, and this is minus 2. Multiply these, you get minus 1, minus 7, minus 4. This minus 2 is 3,135, and it's going to be equal to this plus this. Remember, there's that. But then you have the reverse carry, right? So you got to carry 1 from here to there, and it's going to be 3,134.
Isn't it minus 274?
My bad. Thank you. So then, yeah. So then you're subtracting 1 from here, and you're adding 1,000 here, and so you'd get 726. So this should have been your answer. Okay. Vishishta and Shrestha?
Are we supposed to multiply it by 3? Like 3,035.
I'm sorry about that. I completely forgot about that step. All right, let's start a little bit over. Okay, so we're gonna start from here. So we have this and this. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna multiply by 3. My bad, guys. I'm a little out of it. It's gonna give us 9,1,205. Jyoti, your hand is still up. Do you still have something to say, or did you forget to put it down?
Sorry, I forgot to put it down.
You're good. Okay. Yeah, then you do the reverse carry. Okay, there it is. Any questions? Yes, Amy?
Shouldn't we multiply it by 3,000?
What are we multiplying by 3,000?
The part where
This
you
one? Which step? Step 1, 2, or 3?
No, there's the one where we added the times 3 is equal to 9,205.
What is your question?
Shouldn't we multiply by 3,000?
What, here?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
No, well, we already are multiplying it by 3,000 because this is already in the thousandth place. If you can think of it this way. Remember, see how there's 3 digits here?
Oh,
That means this is already in the thousandth place here.
okay.
That's why we have to have 3 digits here because there's 1,000 here. Remember, 3 digits here. Therefore, you want 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Janak?
I thought the answer would be 9,404,726.
How did you get that?
Because when you do 3,135 multiplied by 3, you get 9,405. And then when you do the reverse carry, you'd be getting 9,404 and then 726.
Oh wait, what is going on? 1 second.
I think when you multiplied by 3, you put 9,205 instead of 405.
Oh yeah, that was a typo. Okay. That was my bad. Even in my notes, it's 9,405. I don't know how I missed that. Okay, so I don't think I have any more mistakes here, so I think I'm good. So did everybody get 9,400 or 9,404,726? Okay, good. So yeah. So I'm gonna delete this if everyone's okay with that. I'm gonna bring this over. Now 44 times 36. It is a smaller problem, but it doesn't make it an easier problem necessarily. So our base, it's obviously it should be a 10 times 4 equals 40. So this is going to be a plus 4 and a minus 4. Remember, only one digit because we have 10. So this is going to be minus 1, minus 6. And that's going to be a 40. Now, because this has to carry, because you only maintain one digit. So you're going to have to remember that. But first, we have to multiply by 4. So it's going to give us this. And then you're going to carry. But then you're going to have to reverse carry again because this is a negative number. And there is your answer. Does anybody have a different answer or do they disagree with this in some way?
It's mute.
Yeah, Vishish interesting.
When we were doing it, we did like 100 divided by 50, and we got the same answer. Or
How
no,
did you do-
100 divided by 2. 100 divided by 2.
So you did base 50 and you did 100 divided by 2.
Yeah.
Good. So yeah, that works as well. Just this is the simpler base because it gives an easier calculation here and it gives an easier thing here, right? Because if you work with base 50, you have a minus 6 and a minus 14. Those are two larger numbers. But if you work with base 40, this is a 4 and a 4. That's an easy multiplication. 4 times 4 is 16. You understand what I'm saying? So we want to switch bases just to make the calculations easy. All right. So now, this one had a couple of people confused as to what base to use, as to what base would be the easiest. Because base 600 is a bit tough because it's a 23 by 26 then. And base 700 is even tougher. But here is something that I kind of wanted somebody to figure out. That okay, I'm gonna erase this and put it up a little bit higher because that's not gonna work. So 10,000 divided by 16 equals 625. Now that is a hard one to see at first, but remember, I showed a problem with 25 as the base, and I used 100 divided by 4 as 25, and I did the same with 125 as the base, because 1,000 divided by 8 is 125. So now I just extended it here, and I did 10,000 divided by 16. So now we have 625 as the base. 623 is 2 less than that. 1, 2, 3, 2. And 626 is 1 greater than that. 1, 2, 3, 1. Now, this way or this way, it's going to give us 624. And this is going to give us 0, 0, 0 minus 2. But never forget that we have to well, first thing we can check is that this is 4 digits and this is also 4 digits. So we don't need to carry anything so far forwards. But we have to first divide this by 16, remember, because this was 10,000 divided by 16. And this may not seem like an easy calculation at first, but the answer does turn out to be for 39. Give me 1 second. 20, 32. Yeah. So this answer does turn out to be 39. My bad. And then we have 0, 0, 0, 0 minus 2. And then we reverse carry, and we get 3, 8, 9, 9, 9, 8. Anybody want to raise their hands or have any questions or concerns? Okay, I just want to make sure all of you get this because this is a little bit on the tougher side, a little bit on the have to think outside of the box side. Okay. I'm going to erase this. I'm going to bring this last problem to this side. So now this one is a straightforward base 400 problem. 400 times 4 is equal to 400. Now you extend this line. Boom, boom. And 36 times 8 is going to be equal to 48. But remember, 2 digits, because 100 only has 2 digits. So we're going to have to carry over this 2 after we do the multiplication. I always forget this step. Seven, 1, 2. And then we carry the 2 over. So 1712 minus 2 is going to be 1710. And we have a negative 88 here. And then we do a reverse carry. So that means we subtract 1 from here. And we add the 100 here. And that's going to give us okay. Anybody have any questions on this problem? Damini?
When you carried the 2, why did you subtract it from the 12? Don't you have to add it?
This is a minus number.
What?
Remember? So we had a plus 36 here and a minus 8 here. Plus 36 here and a minus 8 here, right? So that means these made a negative number. See the minus on top? Remember the new way we wrote minus numbers? And because of that, that means you'll have to minus the number here.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right. Anybody have any more questions, or did anybody get a different answer? All right. That's some good stuff. So here's what we will do. We will now go down to division. How do we do division? Well, we're going to do division with bases again, right? So we're going to start at the most simple example, how to divide by 9. Let's say I have a number 13. Can anybody tell me 13 divided by 9? Raise your hand, please. Yes, Stuti and Signa?
1 remainder 4.
Good job. All right. See how fast she did it? It was in like 30 seconds. Now, can anybody tell me? Quick. That's a little bit tougher, isn't it? But there is a way that we can get to this answer using simple methods that we can use on smaller examples. So let's go back to the way we set up a division problem here, okay? So again, we have 9. But this time, we're gonna write it this way. We're gonna write 9. And we're just gonna write 9 up here because that's what we're dividing by. And we're gonna write 13 here. All right. So first of all, 9 is close to 10. Oh, yes, Amy?
I can't scroll. I saw it before and now I can't since you wrote the new problem.
I don't know where because the canvas really is big. So if you are scrolling, you might not see any change. So I'm gonna try one thing. Can you see any lines at all?
No.
Let me know when you do see a line.
I can't see it.
Just give me a second. I'm drawing a bunch of lines. So and zoom out as well. Zoom out all the way to 25%.
Okay. I did it to 25%.
Still no lines? Okay, well, this lecture is being recorded. So on the recording, you should see what I see. So you should see the problem, okay? So you can see there the problem, okay? So I can't really say anything to you right now. If you want to leave because you can't see anything, you can do that. And I'll show you the recording and I can answer any of your questions separately. Okay, does that sound good?
Okay.
All right. Okay. So and if anybody if any of you can't see the problem, just raise your hand and let me know. And I can see if I can help out, and if I can't, just know that this lecture is recorded. So you will be able to you will be able to see the recording and you'll be able to see my problems there. So let's start again. Dividing by 9. So our original problem is 13 divided by 9. How do we do that? First step, we rewrite it. We write the 9 on top, and we'll write the 10 up here because we have a base 10. We have 9 on top and 13 here. So our first step is to have a little bit of space and write a line through here. I need a little bit more space. And a line through here. So our answer is again going to have a left-hand side and a right-hand side, just like in multiplication. But this time, the right-hand side is going to be the remainder, okay? So here's how we do this. We write a line underneath the 9, and then we write the number, what we would need to get it to 10. So 9 plus what is equal to 10? That's going to be 1, all right? So 9 plus 1 is 10, so we write the 1 here, right? this one here. So the first step for this problem is going to be to bring this one down. So this one just goes straight down. 1. And now, and our next step is you multiply this one. So you multiply this one by this one. And then you bring it over here. And you're going to get a 1. And then you add downwards like this. So you should get 4. So then your final answer is going to be 1, remainder 4. Does everybody understand where every number came from? Raise your hand if you don't know where any of these 5 numbers came from. Yes, Damini?
How'd you get the 4?
So I got this 4 by, I'm gonna write R properly so you can see that it's. So I got this 4 by adding this 3 and the 1. So this 3 plus 1 got me the 4. You see that?
Oh, okay.
All right. Any more questions? All right. I'll do another example to illustrate it. So let's use a slightly bigger number. Let's use 37. So my number is 37, right? So again, we're going to split this answer like this at the top here. And we're only splitting it by 1 digit because 10 has 1 digit. So there's 1 digit here, so there's going to be 1 digit here. 9 and 1, because 9 plus 1 is 10. And so then we add a little bit of space here. So this 3 gets brought down straight and turns into a 3. 3 times 1 is 3. And bring it over here, it's going to give me 3, right? So then you add down, and now we have this. Our remainder is 10. But this doesn't really make sense because our remainder is greater than our divisor, okay? So now you do this process again, this time just with the remainder. So I'm gonna have a 3 here, and I'm gonna split this up again. So here's how I'm gonna split it up. Because now we're gonna divide the remainder by 9 again. So I'm gonna have this 3 here, and I'm gonna bring the 1 here, and it's gonna just be added to the 3. So actually, this 3 is a 4. But because this is just a 1, you still only multiply the 1 by the 1. Everybody understand? 4 remainder 1. That is your answer. Yes, Suti and Signa?
Where did we get the 1 from? Like
Which one?
for when you said remainder 1, when you were like
Here or
Yeah.
here?
when you did 10 and beneath it you wrote 1.
Yeah, so basically the process is supposed to go, you bring the number down and then you multiply it by this one, and then you bring it over and you add it down, okay? So let's say, let me try to illustrate it with another example, the exact way the multiplication goes. Let's say my number is 8. Let's say I want to multiply by 8 or divide by 8. Let's do, let's do 31 divided by 8. So our base is 10 and our divisor is 8. And we write a 2 over here this time because 8 plus 2 is 10. So now what we do is we do this and we give ourselves ample space. So first step, bring down the 3. And then we take this 3 and we multiply it by this 2. And then we bring it over to the next digit over. Here, and then you add downwards. Does everybody understand where every single number came from? And then, so therefore our answer is 3 remainder 7. Raise your hand if you have any questions. I need you guys to understand this because I don't want you guys to have any confusion when it comes to higher numbers. Okay, good. So now let's just try it with a higher number. Let's try it with, say, let's go big. Somebody give me a big number. Raise your hand and give me a big number. Damini, what's your number?
3,791.
3,791. All right, Tanak, I want you to pick a number between 6 and 9.
7.
7. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 3,791 and we're going to divide it by 7. So there's a setup. Remember, we have this 3 because 7 plus 3 equals 10. And now we want a lot of space here because this is a bigger number. Okay? So remember, 10 has 1 digit. And so I'm only going to have 1 here, 1 digit here, and I'm going to do here. But we still do the subsequent additions like a proper with a proper like digit counting. Right, so the first step, you bring the 3 down. Next step, you bring this 3 and you multiply it with this 3, and then you bring it over here. So that's going to give you a 9. All right, and then you add down again. 7 plus 9 is 16. And then you do the process again, this time with 16 and 3. Now these are obviously not easy numbers. Now 16 times 3, that's going to equal 48. So 48 is our number. And then you add it to this 9. Now 48 plus 9 is going to be 37. Okay, same step, 37 times 3.
48 plus 9 is 57.
57, my bad. I'm off my rocker, guys, I'm sorry. $57 times 3, that's going to be 171, I think. And then you bring it down and you add it, and you get 172. Now, I'm just going to bring this up because I use a lot less space than I thought I would. Now, this is a really, really ugly expression. So first, we can clean it up by carrying these over. So this becomes a 5. This becomes a 1, and this becomes a 7. And you have a 172. Now, you can't have a 172 as your remainder because that's greater than 7. So you're actually going to have to divide it by 7. But 172 divided by 7 is, that's something we can do, again, using the same method. All right, so we bring down this 1. And then we have the 3. We bring the 3 over. 7 plus 3 is 10. 10 times 3, that's 30. And you bring this over, and you get 32. Now 32 is also greater than 3, or greater than 7. So now we don't want that to happen, right? But this is a little bit easier because we know that 7 times 4, 28, right? So this is going to give us 4 this way. So we're going to carry this 4 over, and we're going to carry this 1 here. So we're going to get 24, remainder 4. That's going to be equal to this, right? So now we're going to carry a 24 over here. I'm just going to make it a little easier to read. All right, so that is our final answer. 541, remainder 4. So now we see that this process does get us the answer, but it does get convoluted when you get to numbers like this. All right, any more questions? Yeah, Janak?
How did you get 517?
So I got 517 because when you bring these numbers down and you add them, right? So this was a 16 here, and this was a 57 here. So you have to carry these numbers over. So right, so this 1 will carry and make this a 4, but this 5 will carry to the 6 and make that an 11, which will carry the other one again. So that becomes a 5. Do you see? All right. Now I can understand how this is a complicated example. So I'm going to go back and do just one more example of an easier one. And then I'll let you guys try one on your own, okay? Okay. So one more example. And that's going to be, let's just say, 26 divided by 8. So you remember, first step is bring the 2 down. And then you bring it over and you multiply by 2. And then you bring the 4 over here. Now I'm going to erase this just to make sure there's no confusion. But 10 is greater than 8, right? So we want to subtract out the multiples of 8 from 10 and carry it over, right? So we carry over a 1 from here because 8 is equal to 8 times 1 plus 2. That's what 10 is equal to. And so you're going to carry this 1. I'll make that a little bit more clear. That becomes a 3. And the remainder left is 2. Okay? Everybody anybody raise their hand if you are still a little bit confused on the way you do this problem. Any questions? Yes, Tuti, Sigma?
How did you get the 2?
How did I get this 2?
Yeah, the remainder.
Okay, so our original remainder was a 10. You see that? But 10 is greater than our divisor, which is 8. We don't want 10 to be greater. We don't want our remainder to be greater than our divisor, because that is not correct. That's not the way we write these division problems, right? So then we have to bring out the 8. Bring out the extra 8s from here, from the remainder side, by carrying over the 8 here, right? So because this is 8 times 1 plus 2, right? So our 10 has one factor of 8 added into it. So you can carry that over into the actual answer, and then you're left with a 2.
So
You see how this 10 is equal to 8 times 1 plus 2? That's where this 2 stays here.
oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any more questions? All right. So I'll leave you guys with one problem. I want you guys to do that's too. Let's do 100 and 31 divided by 6. Let's try that. All right. Raise your hand when you're done. All right, it's been a few minutes, so I'll show you how to do it. So first, we want to set this up like a problem that we did before. So what we do is we bring this 6 up here, and we have a 4 down here because we want 10 plus 10 is equal to 6 plus 4. So we have this. So this is the thing we multiply with, right? And we dashed off here because we want, again, 1 digit in our remainder here. So first step is bring the 1 down. That brings it here. And then you multiply this 1 by this 4, and you put it over here, and you add it to the 3. Okay? And then you add it here, and you get a 7. Now 7 times 4 is 28. And then you bring the 28 here, and you get a 29. Now, how do we solve this? Well, we do it like we did before, and we want to write 29 as equal to 6 times the number plus a remainder. Basically, we want to divide 29 by 6. But that division is a little bit easier. That's going to be 4, or I'm just going to write 6 times 4 plus 5. Now this is 6 times 4 plus 5. So therefore, we have 4 6s here. So we want to carry this 4, and we put it here. Now 4 plus 17 is 21, and our remainder is 5. Okay? One second. Now, if anybody has any questions, you can raise your hand. Okay. So let's do a slightly harder problem. Now it comes to the problem, what if a number is above 10? What if we want to divide by 11? Or 12 or something like that. So here's how we deal with that. So let's take up the problem of 68 divided by 11. Can anybody tell me that right now? Can anybody raise their hand and in their minds do 68 divided by 11? Arush.
6 remainder 2.
Okay, good. So now we know what we want our answer to be. 68 divided by 11 is equal to 6 remainder 2. So we'll write that on the side for now. And we actually, it is the exact same. Doing this, doing something above 10 is exactly the same as doing something below 10. Now, can somebody raise their hand and tell me what number plus 11 is equal to 10? Yes, Dominique?
Wait, what was the question?
What number plus 11 is equal to 10?
I don't know.
Okay, Janak?
-1.
-1, exactly. So we work the same way. We have a base 10, so we want to bring this 1 digit here. And we have the number that this number adds to get to 10. And we actually proceed in the same way. You bring the 6 down, 6, and then you multiply it by this, and you bring it over here. But now it's a negative number. So 6 times -1 is equal to -6. And you add that over, and you get a 2. It's equal to, and the way we write that is 6 remainder 2. Damini, do you still have a question?
I forgot to put my hand down.
You're good. All right, let's do one more example. This time with the slightly bigger numbers. Let's do 156 divided by 12. So we proceed in the same way. We cut this off and we bring it over here. Now this 1 gets brought down, and then it's multiplied by this -2 and it's brought over here. -2. Now this 5 is brought down to add with the 2, and you get 3. And then, well, you got to bring this down as well. And then 3 times -2 is -6. 6 plus -6 is 0. So our answer is 13, remainder 0. All right? Does everybody understand where every single number comes from? If anybody has any questions or any confusions on any of these numbers, please raise your hand. All right. So I'm sure most of you are getting bored with just numbers that are above or below 10. So now we'll try a more difficult number. Let's try numbers that are near 100. So let's divide by 99. Let's take, so of course you want bigger numbers for this. So I need a lot of bigger numbers to show what's going on. Because this is a little bit more complicated. So let's take 3, 7, 4, this is confusing. What should I do? Let's take 3, 7, 4, 9. And I want to divide by 99. You know what? Let's take smaller numbers. I need to show the example, not the calculation. So 1, 2, 1, 3. Let's take 1, 2, 1, 3, and you divide by 99. Now our base is 100. What do you think that means for our dashed line for our remainder? Where do you think I should put that? What two numbers should go around the dashed line or the slash line? Yes, Janak?
Should it be in between the 2 and the 1?
Which
The
two?
second one?
Yes, absolutely. Now this goes here. I'm going to write out my line down here. Just give me space. Now, under here should go 0, 1. And that 0, 1 is important. It's not 1, it is 0, 1. Because 99 is 0, 1 away from 100. And the reason is because, well, the first step is the same. You bring the 1 down. And now the second step, you multiply this by this 1 by the 0, 1, and you bring it over. But how do you deal with that? You write the 0 here and the 1 here. And the reason is because we are dealing with numbers that, because we're dealing with the base 100, you go back 2 digits instead of 1. So this 0, 1 starts over here, right here. So that's why you write the 0 here and the 1 here. And now you bring the 2 down and you add it. You add it to the 0. And oh my God, what is going on? So 2 plus 0 is 2. But because we have the slash line here, now we write a slash here. And then we do the same process. 2 times 0, 1 is equal to 0, 2. 0, 2. And then we do the addition downwards, but with these 3 digits now. 1, 1 is 2. And well, because we're at the end, now we don't have any more digits to do. So we don't have to do any more multiplication here. 3, 2 is 6. So our answer is equal to 12. 12, remainder 26. Does everybody see where that came from? Does everybody understand? Okay, good. Now I'm going to give you one more practice problem. Vishishta and Shrestha?
Where did we get the 26?
So this, I wrote it wrong again, my bad. That should be a 25.
Are they 3 plus 2?
Yeah. I did multiplication in my head by accident. Sorry. This is a 12 remainder 25. So do you still have the same question? Or is it answered? Anybody have any other questions? Yeah, Visheshta and Shrestha?
Can you show us like a simpler problem? Can we try like another simple problem?
For this type?
Yeah.
Or base 100? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to show a larger problem so you can see all the working parts.
Okay.
Because it is a little bit more complicated, but it shows the process a lot better. But as long as everybody understands this example, I'm okay to go to a slightly easier example. Let's do. Now let's do a little bit harder one. Base 100. This time my number is going to be 102. Now, as we had to do before, it's going to be -0, -2. And this is because of the same rules as before, right? So I want to take, let's say, 939, and I want to divide by 102. So I'm going to bring this down here. I'm going to give myself the space. I'm going to have 2 digits here. So first I'm going to bring this digit down, and I'm going to multiply it by this. 9 times -02 is going to be -18. But remember, you have to start the first you have to start 2 digits over, right? So this -8 goes here, and the -1 goes here. All right. So this 3 plus this -1 is going to be this 2, and this 9 plus this -8 is going to be this 1. And the answer is 9, remainder 21. Any questions? All right. I'm going to give you guys a large number divided by a large number. I'm going to see if you can figure it out. It's going to be 1, 3, 2, 1, 4, 5 divided by divided by 1003. I'm going to put it here just to make it easier to see the problem. Now I want you guys to figure this one out. And raise your hand when you're done, of course. All right. So it's been more than a few minutes and our class is coming to a close. So I will quickly finish up this example and then I will show you the homework. 1003. So our base is going to be 1000. There's 3 digits here. So we want this here. And yeah, so I'm gonna have a lot of put this amount of space here. That's what I want. All right. So 1003 is 3 greater than 1000. So we're gonna write a minus. I'm just gonna write a 0 there because you don't even need that. 0, 0, minus 3. That's what we're gonna have here. All right. So the first thing we do is you bring the 1 down, and then you multiply it by 0, 0, minus 3, and then you write it next, right? So 0, 0, minus 3 go here. And we can sort of track this and put it down here. And then our next step is to just go to the next digit, right? So the next digit is 3. And so we bring it down and you add it with the 0. And you got a 3 here. And then you multiply it by the 0, 0, minus 3 again. And you move a digit over again. 0, 0, minus 9. And now you bring the 2 over. So it still gets hit by only 2 zeros. So you have 2, and you multiply it by 0, 0, negative 3. And you get 0, 0, minus negative 6. Now, you're going to bring these down. All right, so because now we've crossed the line for the remainder. So now we're not going to do any more multiplication, anything like that. What we are going to do is bring these down. So 1 minus 3 plus 0 is going to give you a minus 2. 4 minus 9 plus 0, minus 5, and 5 minus 6 is going to give you a minus 1. Now you didn't handle this before. So this is a little bit different, right? But this is kind of like saying our answer is 132 with the remainder of negative 251. But that doesn't work. That doesn't work because we don't want negative remainders, right? So what do? A lot of you probably just did a reverse carry like we did before. Reverse carry, and boom, 131, and this would be 749. That's wrong. In division, when you're doing division, when you reverse carry, you do not add 1,000 or the base. You add the divisor. So we're supposed to add 1,003 to this. And that changes this to be, well, it only changes it by 3 actually, or yeah. That changes it to be 1752. Okay, so I'm gonna write this a little bit easier just to do this. So that's gonna give me a 131, and your remainder is going to be, what was it, 752. Now, please raise your hand if you have any questions. If anybody's confused about any part of this calculation. Tuti and Snikta?
I forgot to lower my hand.
Okay, that's fine. Anybody else have any questions? Visheshta and Shrestha?
So when you divide, when you multiply with 1 times 003, do we need to start from here, second digit or like third digit? Because it has 3 zeros, so
Do we start from the
Start
second?
from the second 0.
oh, okay.
Right? We start from the, anytime we do an addition down or we bring a number down, we start from the next 0 over. So we brought the 1 down, and so we start from the next 0 or from the next digit. which is 3. We start under the 3 in this scenario.
Oh, okay. So anytime in the division, it works like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
When division close to bases in these scenarios.
So when should they know that they have to reverse carry this and minus 1000 minus 251 you did here, right? So when should they know that?
Because this was a negative number. So on this remainder side,
Oh,
there's 3 digits, and we had 3 digits here like this. So when you bring these down, this is a negative 251.
oh,
These lines above the number mean negative.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
negative 251. And so
Oh,
if it's a negative number, you don't want to have a negative number in your divisor or your remainder. So you bring over as many as you need of the dividend of this number, and you make sure that there isn't any negatives in the remainder. Okay, does anybody have any more questions? All right. Well, that is it. And I don't have the homework ready right now, but I will send it to you soon in the WhatsApp group, okay? Next class, we will be discussing. Let me just close this whiteboard real quick. All right. So next class, we'll be discussing how to do division with more remainders, and we'll be discussing how to do division in if you want to use a number that is further from a base. Like say if you want to divide 565 or something like that. We're going to be discussing how to do that type of division, along with doing division with numbers that aren't clean, and other methods of manipulating our number to make it a little bit easier to use. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing, and I'll see you on Friday 4 p.m. Have a good one. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
See you on Friday.
Thank you. Bye.
Coming.